Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2026 Gauteng North Open. We are super excited to be hosting the best of the best again. Tonight, though, we're doing the live draw. So we've got a great panel here to help us with that. As we can see there on the left of the screen, we've got our rock star, Vivek Singh. We've got Jose De Silva and Jean Martin. They're going to be helping us with the live draw. And I'm not going to keep you up for too long. So Vivek, are we ready? Vivek, go for it.
Thank you very much, Peter. Yes, as mentioned, we're doing all of the draws for the 2026 Gauteng North Open today. We will be starting with the para events, moving on to the Masters singles, junior singles, senior singles, and then we'll do all of the doubles events at the end because it's a slightly different procedure. We have put the updated entry list on the WhatsApp group. So if you want to follow along with that, you're welcome to do so. Hopefully there are no more errors or changes required. Yes, and that's basically it. So we'll get started with the para events. There were, unfortunately, a low number of entries for a few of these. So just starting with the women's TT 6 to 10. At the moment, there's 2 entries. We might still allow an additional entry if we get one before Friday. This, either way, is only going to be a round robin event and no draw required here. For the women's TT 11, there are 3 entries, and this will just be a round robin group of 3, so there's no draw required here either. Moving on to the men's TT 6 to 10, unfortunately there's only 1 entry here, so unless something changes here, this will probably not be an event. We won't have the TT 6 to 10 singles. Alright, but the first draw required here is the para men's TT 11 or intellectually impaired singles. We have 9 entries here, so let's get into that. Alright, so we have, just going to move this over. Alright, so as mentioned, we have 9 entries, 3 groups of 3. Reminder for this one, we are using the latest SATTB ranking list, which was published on the 1st of April. Just going to expand these columns so we can see the club names as well. The usual procedure, we're going to try and separate by affiliation first and separate by club if applicable. In some cases, like here, there's obviously a lot of players from one club, so separation will be unavoidable, but let's get started. So we have Nkobeko Mamba in Group 1, Tolani Mkundwane in Group 2, and Oratili Mogarosi in Group 3. Those are the 3 seeded players. We start with Letabo Letwane, also from JTTA Pumla. He will go into Group number 1. All right. Next, we have Tabu Mobu, who can go into either Groups 2 or 3.
Right, so we'll draw for 2 and 3.
Group 2 for Tabu Mobu, and Peter Stark will then go into group number 3. Right, we now have Pumla players in every group, but 2 Pumla players in group 2, so we'll put the Zululand player in group 2 to avoid having 3 Pumla players in the same group. And now we will draw for Sibonela and Nkosi, can be in groups 1 or 3. Group number 3 for Sibonela. So that leaves Sipi, Langi, and Nkosi, Mbata in group number 1. All right, and this is the men's TT 11 singles group stage draw. As is the case with all of the singles events, we will be doing the knockout stage draw after the group stages have been completed at the venue. All right, thank you. That's the first draw completed. All right, so we've done para men's TT 11. Unfortunately, there's only 1 entry in the men's Down syndrome singles. Again, unless something changes here, this will not be an event. We won't have a Down syndrome event. All right, moving on to the Masters singles. Like I mentioned, we're going to do the Masters doubles at the end. Starting with the women's masters. We have 4 entries in the over 35 category, 2 entries in over 40, and 1 entry in over 50. Unfortunately, there's not enough players in the over 40 and over 50 categories to host an event. So what we are going to do is move Ronel Buerta into the over 35 category. So we'll have 5 players here, which will be a round robin group of 5, no draw required. All right. Great. Then we can go on to the men's 40 plus singles. Again, just want to expand the clubs a bit so we can avoid that if necessary. All right, so here we have 29 entries, which is 7 groups of 3 and 2 groups of 4. The seeded players have already been positioned in the 9 groups in position 1. Just again, keep reminding everyone, we are using the Masters 40 plus ranking list for the seeding here. It has been, it was started at the beginning of 2025, but it's a lot more mature now and a lot more representative. In the past, we would have used the senior men's ranking list for this event, but we are using the men over 40 singles ranking for this one. Okay, so starting with groups 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Just a reminder, we're using the modified snake system here, so it's typically 4 groups at a time, working in 4 groups, placing the next set of 4 players. So, starting with Sagan, Olani Pagan, would have to go into group 5, because there are Gauteng North players in groups 5 to 8. So group 9, so yeah, group 9 for Sagan. All right, Quinton Volkveen can go into groups 5, 6, 7, or 8. Group 6 for Quinton Volkveen. All right, we have now another Gauteng North player. We're going to move to group the next group of 4 to first make sure there's a Gauteng North player in every group. So maybe groups 1, 2, and 4. What do you? 1, 2, and 4 for Lucky Marikiza. Group 2. All right, Nathan Pillay still can stay in the second tier, which is groups 5, 7, or 8.
5, 7, 8.
This is for Nathan Pillay. 5. Group 5 for Nathan. All right, Yanni Ulifir can go into groups 1 or 4. Gauteng North players in every other group. Group 4. All right, Nas Manuel can go into group 7 or 8. Group 8 from Nas Manuel. And Ian McLeod will now go into group 1. It's the only group that doesn't have a Gauteng North player. All right, Etienne Engelbrecht. We still have groups 3 and 7 with position 2 unoccupied, so it can be 3 or 7. Etienne Engelbrecht from Free State can go into groups 3 or 7. Group number 3. All right, now we have Gauteng North plays in every group, so we just continue. Okay, we've made the first pass of the snake, so shall we do 1, 2, 3, and 4? Or do you want to first populate group 7?
I think let's populate group 7.
Okay, so Adrian goes into group 7.
Yes.
There's no clash of clubs there, at least their players are from 2 different clubs, so that's acceptable. All right, Karun Jibod can go into groups 1, 2, or 4. We're avoiding group 3 because there's a Denel player in group 3. Group 4. Again, 2 Gauteng North players there, but at least they're from different clubs. Santos Adonis can go into groups 1, 2, or 3.
Group 3.
Group number 3 for Santos Adonis. All right, we now have quite a few JTTA players. We'll try and avoid having them from the same club. Fricky Els, group 1 or 2?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Group 1 or 2?
Group 1.
Group 1 for Fred Els. Melvin van Zyl, group 2. All right, next group of 4, we have a Blue Fountains player in group 5, and there's at least 5 Blue Fountains players left. Okay, there's only 4 groups left. One of them will have 2 Blue Fountains players. Okay, so shall we start with Marcus Conrad in group 6, 7, 8, or 9?
6, 7, 8, and 9. Group 9.
Group 9 for Marcus Conrad. Keaton Danji, group 6, 7, or 8?
Group 7.
Group 7 for Keaton. Olivier Leclerc, group 6 or 8?
Group 6.
Group 6 for Olivier. So Ronald, Weiss, or Uwe Hall have to go into group 8. Shall we rather make Ronald card 1 and Uwe card 2? And then, so cards 1 or 2. So as a reminder, we're making Ronald Weiss is card 1 and Uwe Hall is card 2. This is for who goes into group 8. 2, which is Uwe. So that's group 8 for him. All right, and now one of the groups 5, 8, or 9 has to have Blue Fountains, 2 Blue Fountains players, but that is unavoidable at this stage unless we swap later. But let's start with Safi Ismail, can go into groups 5, 8, or 9.
Safi goes into
Group
group 9.
9. Let's place Ronald Weiss, and then maybe we can look at a swap. So groups 5 or 8 are the only 2 available. Group 5, and William Rafube from Free State will be in group number 8. So the only thing we could consider is swapping Ronald Weiss with either Karun Jibod or Santos Adonis, because there's not a JTTA player in either of those groups. We could.
Yes, we can do that.
Okay, so shall we draw for groups 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Effectively.
Yeah.
So whichever card gets drawn here, we're swapping the bottom player, Santos or Karun, with Ronald. It can't be card 4 actually, because Karun is also from Denel, and this is Denel playing group 5. So it should be Santos, group 3. Because then it's 2 Gauteng North players, but they are from different clubs.
Yeah.
All right, so Ronald Weiss is going to be moved to group 3, and Santos Adonis in group 5. All right, are you happy with that? The only other consideration is to put a JTTA player in group 4, because there are 3 JTTA players here. All right, so we're swapping Safi Ismail into group 4 because there's no JTTA players here, but there would be 3 JTTA players in group 9, which is not great. Okay. So now there's not more than 2 players from the same affiliate in any group, and
There's
no club clashes either. Yeah,
Happy with that.
good, happy, thanks. All right, that concludes Masters men over 40 singles. We'll now go on to men over 50 singles. All right, so here we have 22 entries, which is 6 groups of 3 and 1 group of 4. The seeded players have been placed: Abdul Hay Sagan, Olani Pagan, Ronald Lawrence, Jose da Silva, Quinton Volkveen, Vic Carrasco, and Lindley Peters. Quite a few Gauteng North players here, starting with Yanni Ulifiu, who can go in groups 5 or 6. We start with 5, 6, and 7. There's a Gauteng North player in group 7, so we're looking at 5 and 6 for Yanni Ulifiu.
So Yanni will go into group 5.
Yanni is in group 5. Lucky Madikiza, group 6.
Correct.
Right, moving on to the next group of players. Simon Diamond from Savids can go into any group, 1, 2, 3, or 4. All right, at this point, Terence Lowe will go into group 1 because it's the only group without a Gauteng North player. All right, now Gauteng North can go in group 2 or 4 first to complete. Groups 2 or 4 for Ian McLeod. Club, yeah, not a club clash here.
Okay, so you're doing 4
2 or 4, yeah, for Ian McLeod.
goes into group 4.
Group 4 with Jose, and Marius Oosthuizen will go into group 2. There's no clash there. All right, next is Moazam Faki from Gauteng North. Will he go into group 7? Or are we drawing for... Or maybe we should do the JTTA players first, because there's still 6 of them, and there's 5 groups. Yeah. So Fred Els can go into groups 2, 3, 4, 6, or 7. Or do you want to just do 6 or 7 first? 6, okay, 6 or 7 only. So for Fred Els. Okay, yeah. No, I'm happy with that. Fred will just go straight into 7 because we are still dealing with the second row, or the B players in the groups. Okay. Next, moving on to Melvin. So now we can do 2, 3, 4, 6.
2, 3, 4, 6.
For Melvin van Zyl from JTTA.
Goes into group 2.
Group 2, all right. Safi Ishmael, groups 3, 4, or 6.
Goes into group 4.
4. All right. Stephen Reed, groups 3 or 6. Group 3 for Stephen Reed. And again, are we going to toss for Ronald and Uwe into group 6? Okay, so let's use cards 1 and 2. 1 is Ronald again, and 2 is Uwe. This is for who goes into group 6. 2.
Ronald.
No, Uwe.
Oh, sorry, Uwe.
Uwe. All right. Okay, and that's now a JTTA player in every group, so we can move back to Moazam from Gauteng North, can go into group 1, 5, or 7. Group 5 for Moazam. There's no clash there, so that with the club. Let's go back to Ronald. Vice can be in groups 1 or 7. Thanks. That worked out conveniently. I would suggest Gerrit Kutzer has to go into Group 1 because there's a Denel player in Group 7. And then William Rafube will be in Group 7. Good. Good.
Unavoidable, there's no club clashes. Good to go.
Yeah, no club clashes there. Good, thanks. That's Masters men over 50 singles. Going on to Masters men over 60 singles. Just a reminder, we had two entries. We had only 2 entries in the over 70 singles category. So we've moved those players down into the over 60 category and over 50 where necessary. Just going to move these players around. All right, so we've got a nice round number of 12, which is 4 groups of 3. The top 2 players going into a quarter-final. The number 1 seed, Peter Bian from Joburg, Vic Carrasco in number 2, Tony Song from Joburg in 3, and Simon Diamond from Savitz in group 4. Only Gauteng North players here, so we'll try and avoid club clashes as far as possible. Etienne de Villiers can go in group 1, 2, 3, or 4. Group 2 for Etienne. Bernie Bassett can be 1, 3, or 4. Group 3 for Bernie. Marius Oosthuizen, group 1 or 4.
1.
Group 1 for Marius. So Colin Craywachen will be in group 4. All right. Now, Christo Flock from Admin cannot go into group 3. So we have 1, 2, or 4. Group 4 for Christo Flock. Forbes July cannot go into group 1 because there's a challengers player there. So groups 2 or 3.
2, 3.
Group 3 for Forbes, and the rest is fixed, I think, because there's a Denel player in group 2. Gerrit Kutzer has to go into group 1. So Jose de Silva will be in group 2, Gerrit Kutzer in group 1. Good. All right, and that's Masters men over 60 singles. Good. You're welcome to take screenshots if you are following online, but we will be posting all of the draws on the WhatsApp group a bit later tonight. Good, okay, so that's all of the Masters singles events done. As mentioned, we will track back to the Masters doubles at the end when we've done all the singles events. Okay, moving on to junior events now. Again, we're going to do the junior doubles a bit later, so we'll start with junior girls under 11 singles. There were only 3 entries here, so this is going to be a round robin. Each player will play every other player, no draw required here. Just a reminder to the people worrying about ranking points. SATTB has defined the under 11 age group as developmental, which means regardless of the number of entries, the players will receive full ranking points for the under 11 age group. All right, moving on to under 13. We have 13 entries here, so let's just load that quickly. All right, 13 entries, which is 3 groups of 3 and 1 group of 4. Again, a reminder that we're using the ranking, SATTB ranking list dated on the 1st of April to determine the seeds for this tournament. All right, so we have Mahi Gokal from eThekwini in Group 1, Siriana Sivnanan from Ngungundlovu in Group 2, Anotidaisha Husfu in Group 3, Alicia Verheyen in Group 4 from Gauteng North. Starting with Adila Chauhan from Ngungundlovu Titans can go into Groups 1, 3, or 4. This is girls under 13 singles. Group number 1 for Adila Johan. Danielle Verheyen cannot go into group 4. Groups 2 or 3. Oh, sorry, should we start with group 2 because there's Gauteng North players in. Okay, Danielle will go into group 2 because there are already Gauteng North players in 3 and 4. Alright, in this case, Tadi Wanashe has to go in group 1 because it's the only group that does not have a Gauteng North player. Alright, moving on now to Katlege Letele from Ekurhuleni. Can go in groups 3 or 4 to this level. 3 or 4. Group 3, avoiding Alicia. I think she played Alicia 4 times at the previous tournament. Kristen Carter, or maybe we should do the remaining Ekurhuleni players first to avoid 2 in a group. So Mapeseka Mapotsane from Ekurhuleni can go into group 2 or 4. Group 2, groups 1 and 2 are complete, which means Katlego Dibilewane has to go into group 4 because then we at least have Ekurhuleni players in groups 2, 3 and 4. Now drawing for Kristen Carter from JTTA, groups 3 or 4. Group 4 for Kristen Carter, and last one, Skylar Ince from Ngungundlovu, group 3 or 4. Group 4 for Skylar Ince, which means Shata Alhabi from Gauteng North will go in group 3. Shata is a school league player from Courtney College, so there's no clash with Anoti Daishousfu from Pretoria Military Club. So this is girls under 13 group stage draw. Good.
Any online questions so far?
All right, we're moving on to girls under 15 singles. Yes, we had quite a few last-minute entries, but the good news is we now have 17 players, which is above the threshold for receiving maximum ranking points for this event. All right, so we have 17 players here, which is 3 groups of 3 and 2 groups of 4. Seeded players are Refilwe Pofolo from Free State in Group 1, Mahiko Karl eThekwini in Group 2, Leora Ramchuran in Group 3, Adila Chouan in Group 4, and Alicia Verheyen in Group 5. Starting with Dian Naidu from eThekwini. Should we do groups 1, 3, 4, or 5?
Yes.
1, 3, 4, or 5. For Dian Naidu from eThekwini.
Group 3.
Group 3 for Dian. Anoti Daishousfu can be in groups 1, 2, 3, or 4. Group 2 for Anoti Daishousfu. I suggest we do the Gauteng North players first because there are 3 groups that don't have Gauteng North players. So let's start with Caroline Rautenbach from Fusion, groups 1, 3, or 4.
Group 1.
Group 1 for Caroline. Yada Fenter from CSIR, groups 3 or 4.
Group 3.
Group 3, and lastly Annika Stander will go into Group 4, the only group that doesn't have a Gauteng North player at the moment. We still have 3 Ekurhuleni players and 3 JTTA players to go.
So that can go into
Groups 1, 2, 4, or 5. Okay, so we'll start with the Ekurhuleni player, Ntando Nkosi. Groups 1, 2, 4, or 5. Happy, or are we going to end up with? Okay, we haven't placed a player in position B. So in Tandem Corsi, we are going in group 5. All right, just stick with the Kuruleni. Here. Riabetswe Morudu, groups 1, 2, or 4. Group 2 for Riabetswe Morudu. Last Kuruleni players Katlego Letele, groups 1 or 4. Group 1 for Katlego. Okay, if we follow this, Skylar Ince would have to go into group 5 because there's UMG players, or the UMG player in group 4. Now, at the moment, we would have 2 JTTA players in group 4, so we're probably going to have to swap with group 3 or something. Okay, but let's start with Kristen Carter, group 4 or 5. Group 4 for Kristen. I suggest we toss for which of the JTTA players now go into group 5. 1 is Terry Woki Rangata, 2 is Kia Conrad. This is for who goes into group 5. 2 is Kia Conrad, will go into group 5. Right, now, Teruoki would go into group 4. However, there is a JTTA player there, and there is no JTTA player in groups 1, 2, or 3. So I would suggest we take cards 1, 2, and 3, and whichever card is picked, that player C goes into group 4, and Teruoki Rangata takes that place. Cards 1, 2, and 3. So whichever card is drawn here, the C player from that group will move into group 4, position D. It's card 2, which is group 2, so Riabetswe from group 2 will move into group 4, and Teruoki Rangata from JTTA is in group 2. Now we've avoided all affiliation clashes. Yes? Good. Okay, that's girls under 15. The last girls singles draw to do is girls under 19. We have 21 entries here, which will be 7 groups of 3. Sorry, I just want to check something quickly. Sorry, I just want to check something quickly on the side. All right. Okay, so we have 21 entries, which is 7 groups of 3. The seeded players, Karen Pillay in group 1, Yones Colts group 2, Kritika Totaram group 3, Nitara Totaram group 4, Banam Mchwalana in group 5, Sarah Mosna group 6, and Tamara Sali from Gauteng North in group 7. So just a note here, we have 1 international player, which is Leanne Gibauer from Namibia in the under 19 girls group. We are, as stated in the prospectus, using the SATTB national ranking, which means Leanne does not have a SATTB ranking as yet. However, in order to protect the seeded players, groups 1, 2, 3, and 4, Leanne will be placed first in groups 5, 6, or 7. Group 5, Leanne is in group 5. All right, now we can go back to, There's okay. Let's start with the UMG players. Sivarna 709 groups 6 or 7. Group 6 for Sivarna. All right, Refilwe can go into group 7.
Yes.
Refilwe will go into group 7. Now, from groups 1, 2, 3, and 4, there's only one group that does not have a UMG player. That's group 2. Navadia will go into group 2. And lastly, Leora has to go into group 5 because that is the only group, 5 or 7 that doesn't have a UMG player. So 5 or 7 for Leora Ramcharan. Group 7 for Leora. All right. So going back now to the B position. So groups 1, 3, and 4. Iman Faki can be in groups 1, 3, or 4. No Gauteng North players in groups 1, 3, or 4. Group 3 for Iman. Should we do the Gauteng North players first? To make it easier. All right, going to Alwande Hlubi from Soshanguve in groups 1 or 4. Position B, 1 or 4. Group 1. So Nomandla Sikosana will go into group 4. All right, now we have Nosisa Krai from Soshanguve can go into group 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Two groups that don't have a Gauteng North player. Group 6 for Nosisa. In this case, Annika Stander will be in group 5. All right, and then Nikita Nell can now go into groups 1, 2, 3, or 4. Group 3 with Iman. They are from different clubs, so there's no problem there. All right. Okay, and now we should be fine. So Dian Naidu, groups 1, 2, or 4. Group 4 for Dian Naidu. Diana Khan from JTTA Lenasia, groups 1 or 2. Group 1, which leaves Kia Conrad from JTTA in group 2. No clashes there, so yeah, I think we're good. Thanks, that's girls under 19 singles complete. All right, next will be boys, the junior boys event. So for boys under 11, we have 8 entries, which is going to be 2 groups of 4, and the top 2 players from each group going into a semi-final. All right, the top 2 seeds here are Dian Ramcharan from Umkhumudlovu and Said Tiflin from Johannesburg. We have 2 more Johannesburg players to place, so there's going to be a group with 2 Joburg players. Ikuruleni can be split.
You can start with Vashant and Liseko first.
Cool. So in this case, Vashant has to group 1, and Lesego will be in group 2. Moaz can go in either group 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Moaz is in Group 2. Daniel Kramer, Group 1. Jafta Hlasa has to be in Group 1 because there's a Kurleni in Group 2. And Remy Zarujny, the only Cape Town player in Group 2. Yeah, so there are 2 JTTA players in Group 2, but they are from different clubs. Good. That's boys under 11. Moving on to boys under 13. We have 19 players here, which is going to be 5 groups of 3, 1 group of 4. All right, so starting with the seeded players, Dian Ramcharan, Group 1, Akash Kokal, Group 2, Said Tiflin, Group 3, Vaishan Padiachi, Group 4, Mikhail Kriya in Group 5, and Caden John Kepler in Group 6. All right, we have 4 Gauteng North players still to go, quite a few JTTA players. Shall we start with Piru Rats, Groups 3, 4, or 1? Or there's groups that have, okay, 3 and 4 for Piru Rats. Okay, let's do 1, 3, or 4. Group 1 for Piru Rats. Luan Malan, Group 3 or 4. Cool. Sorry, I just see this. This is an incorrect entry. This must be JTTA. This player put Gauteng North on the entry form. In any case, okay, it's correct now. In this case, there's only 1 group that doesn't have a Gauteng North player, so Saijin will be in Group 3. All right. Gauteng North plays in every group, so we can move on to Moaz Hussein from Lenasia in groups 2, 5 or 6, occupying positions. 2, 5 or 6 for Moaz Hussein. Group 5 for Moaz. Shall we stick with the JTTA players first to try and...
Actually, we should, yeah.
Okay. Aaron Goldman. Groups 1, 2 or 6. Or do you want to do positions B first? Should we do 2 or 6? 2 or 6 only. 2 or 6. This is for Aaron Goldman. Group 2. Right, Shlomo Goldman will be in Group 6. All right. Now, there's no JTTA player in Group 1. Do we start with Onala Rona, or are we drawing for the Group 1? Let's draw. Okay, so can we have 5 cards? Card 1 is Onala Rona, 2 is Darius, 3 is Zaidan, 4 is Oshi, and 5 is Mendel. This is for who goes into Group 1. Five, which is Mendel Grinstein, into Group 1. All right, there's now a JTTA player in every group, so we will avoid clubs as far as possible, sticking with JTTA players. Onalerona de Jenga can go into groups 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. There's no club clashes there. Group 3 for Onalerona de Jenga. Darius Tulgara can only go into Group 5 at the moment because there's just TTA or Masters players in the others. So Darius Tulgara will be in Group 5. We are possibly going to have to do a swap again. But okay, let's continue. Zaidan Dulab can be in groups 2, 4, or 6. Group 2 for Zaidan Dulab. Okay, actually it's not a problem because we have a Just TT or Masters player in every group. So there will have to be one group with 2 Just TT players. So Oshi Greenstein can go in groups 4 or 6. Group 4 for Oshi Greenstein, which leaves Remy Zarujny in group 6 along with Cabello Puccisi from Ekurhuleni. Good. Okay, so we do have 2 JTTA players in 4 of the groups, and in one of them there's 2 players from the same club, but it is unavoidable because there are a total of 7 players from the same club in this category. So one group has to have 2 players from the same club. Okay, boys under 13, complete. Moving on to boys under 15. Right, we have 27 entries here. 27 entries. Correct. All right, seeded players are Rupi Bester in Group 1, Benjamin Sali Group 2, Asha Abrams Group 3, Umair Patel Group 4, Keval Pillay in Group 5, Darushan Padiachi in Group 6, Karim Zain Ed in Group 7, Ishan Gokal in Group 8, and Abdullah Chauhan in Group 9. Quite a few Gauteng North players here, so we are probably going to have groups with more than one Gauteng North player in. Starting with Vidansh Moria, Groups 5, 6, 9. Groups 5, 6, or 9 for Vidansh Moria from Gauteng North. Group 9. Sazi Eccles, Groups 5 or 6. Group 5. Right, should we do Kian Tavaria, Group 7 or 8? Group 7 and 8 for Kian Tavaria from JTTA Blue Fountains. Group 7 for Kian. Mikal Krier will go into Group 6. Does not have a Gauteng North player. And Given Muyikwa, Group 8. Alright. Next, Nathan McKenzie, Gauteng North, Groups 1, 3, 4. Group 4 for Nathan McKenzie. Akash Gokal, Groups 1 or 3. Group 3, Luan Malan will go into Group 1. The only group that doesn't have a Gauteng North player. Alright, now, should we populate Group 2 position B? It can only be one of the JTTA players, or sorry, just another thing here. There is another international player here, Kamruj Gayuri from Namibia. Again, I would suggest that we stick to the same principle we applied for the under-19 girls, that he is placed in groups 5 onwards. Okay, so I think we should do that first. So groups 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 for Kamruj Gayuri from Namibia. Group 7, all right. Okay, so going back to where we were, I think one of the JTTA players has to go into Group 2, otherwise we're going to end up with 3 Gauteng North players in Group 2. So can we have cards 1 and 2 1 is for Mohamed Bolat, 2 is for Ona Lerona de Jenga. This is for who goes into Group 2. 2, which is Ona Lerona de Jenga in Group 2. All right. It's now unavoidable to have more than 2 Gauteng North players in a group, but we're going to try and separate by club. So, Tyrell, Kiston, with the modified snake, we're staying with groups 1, 2, 3, and 4, correct? There's no challenge. There's one challenger's player in group 4, so we need cards 1, 2, and 3. For Tyrell, Kiston, going into groups 1, 2, or 3. Group 1, Hendry Stain can be in groups 2, 3, or 4. Group 3 for Hendry Stain. Juvan Creer, groups 2 or 4. Group 2, so they are same affiliate but different club. Juvan is a schools league player from Afis, I believe. Sajan, group 4. What do you want to draw for? It'll be group 4 for Sajan from Gauteng North Denel in group 4. All right, Mohamed Bolat, groups 5 or 9, because there's JTTA players in the rest. 5 or 9 for Mohamed Bolat from JTTA Blue Fountains. Group 5 for Mohamed. All right, and the last 3 Gauteng North players. I don't think there's any clashes. So Alexander Miller can go into group 6, 8, or 9. Group 8 for Xander Muller. Cephas Ofori from Gauteng North Dancer, group 6 or 9. Group 9, which leaves Theophilus Addo in group 6. All right, so there are several groups with 2 Gauteng North players, but at least they are from different clubs. Yeah, good. All right, thanks. Boys under 15 done. The last junior singles group is the boys under 19. I think this is quite a big group here. 52 players. 52 players. Correct. Okay, maybe it'll be easier to keep it there for now. Okay, so not going to go through all of the seeds, but they are listed there. We're starting with Mankoba and Yamate, groups 13, 14, 15, 16, or 17. So you can use cards 3 to 7 rather, it might be easier. Yep. There's no JTTA players in these groups, so Mankoba can go anywhere. Group 16 for Mankoba and Yamate. Ruan van der Merwe, groups 14 or 15. Group 14 for Ruan van der Merwe. Sloan Ints from Umgungundlovu, groups 13, 15 or 17. Group 17 for Sloan Ints. Logan Smith, group 15. Has to be group 15. Gauteng North. Yeah. And Umair Patel will be in group 13. Alright, good. Next group of 4. We have 2 UMG players and a UMG player in group 9. So we need cards 10, 11, 12. This is for Advay Bajirati from Umgungundlovu. Can be in groups 10, 11 or 12. Queen is 12. 11 is Jack. Okay, let's do the other UMG player. It has to be groups 10 or 11. Group 11 for Keval Pillay. Alright, the 2 JTTA players here have to be in groups 9 and 10. Enjun Pan, group 9 or 10. Group 9. Alright, which leaves Awande Zulu from JTTA Lenasia in group 10. Alright, next group of 4, we have 2 Gauteng North players and 2 JTTA players. Let's start with the Gauteng North players. Leonard McLeod has to be group 6 or 7. Group 6 for Leonard McLeod, which means Franco van Staden has to be in group 7, the only group in this set that doesn't have a Gauteng North player. Moving on to Dion Nagardas, group 5 or 8. Group 8 for Dion Nagardas, and Darmiel Natu from JTTA Lenasia will be in group 5. Next group of 4. We have 3 Gauteng North players and 1 JTTA player. This works out quite neatly. Luan Kriya has to be groups 2, 3 or 4 because of the Gauteng North player in group 2. Group 2 for Luan Kriya. Karim Zain Eden, groups 3 or 4. Group 4 for Karim Zainet. Sazi Eccles has to be in group 3. And now Zibo Hui from JTTA Queens in group 1. Sorry, I forgot again, but let's deal with the international player. Kamruj Gayuri from Namibia has to be in, we deliberately placing him in a lower group to protect the seeds. So groups 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Happy? This is for Kamruj Gayuri from Namibia. Which is 17, group 17. Thanks. Good. Just gonna zoom in a bit here. All right, next group of 4. So remember, we still actually at groups 1, 2, 3, and 4 because of the change of the snake direction. We have 3 Gauteng North players. We have Gauteng North players in each of groups 1, 2, 3, and 4. Are we moving down to 9, 10, 11, 12? Because those are the only groups now that don't have Gauteng North players. Starting with Vidansh Moria, groups 9, 10, 11, or 12. All right, good. Vidansh Moria in group 12. Matthew Kravach can be in groups 9, 10, or 11.
Group 11.
Ishan Gokal, groups 9 or 10.
Group 9.
Group 9, and there's 2 Gauteng North players left. Are we tossing for who goes into Group 10?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so 1, just cards 1 and 2. 1 is Ivan Boyens, 2 is Duncan Brits. It's 2 Duncan Brits into Group 10. It's now unavoidable to have another Gauteng North player in, or to have 2 Gauteng North players in one of the groups, but we can deal with that a bit later. So, starting with Sipho Khoza, groups 1, 2, 3, or 4, because that was where the snake was. 1, 2, 3, or 4 for Sipho Khoza from Ekurhuleni. Group 4 for Sipho Khoza. All right, we'll try and first populate the groups that don't have JTTA players, and then if there are excess, we'll have groups with more than 1 JTTA player. Given Muyikwa, Group 3, 6, or 7.
Yeah.
3, 6, or 7 for Given Muyikwa from JTTA Queens.
Group 3.
Group 3 is complete. Matt Gilchrist, Group 6 or 7. Group 7 for Matt Gilchrist. Franklin Rongata will go into Group 6, and then we deal with the last set of JTTA players. I think it is lucky we have 13, 14, 15, and 17, and 4 JTTA players to go. Need cards 13, 14, 15, and 17. First drawing for Nathan Hector from JTTA Queens.
That will be
14.
14.
Muawiyah Suban, JTTA Lenasia, groups 13, 15, or 17.
Group 13.
Group 13, just 2 more to go. Mohammed Bolat, groups 15 or 17.
17.
Group 17, which leaves Kian Tavaria in group 15. All right, quite a number of the groups are populated. We go back to Ivan Boyens. Can go in any of the remaining groups. So we need groups 1, 2, 5, 8, 16. So you can use from the same, using from the same suite. It doesn't matter because card 6 is not there, so it's fine. So we have cards 1, 2, 5, 8, 16. This is for Ivan Boyens from Gauteng North. Group 5, yes. So 2 JTTA players here, but they are from different clubs, so that's not a problem. All right, moving on to players, or maybe there's no more clash. Actually, there's no more clashes possible, so I think we can just go ahead. Nkubeko Mamba from Zululand, groups 1, 2, 8, 16. Group 1 for Nkubeka. Lwandle Mlaba, groups 2, 8, 16. Group 8. Asemahle Dlamini, group 2 or 16.
16.
Group 16, which leaves Abdullah Chouan from Umgungundlovu in group 2. All right, that's boys under 19. Just quick inspection that there's no errors. Good. There's one group with 2 Gauteng North players, but there were 18 Gauteng North players here, so it's not avoidable. Good. Thanks. That is all of the junior singles events done. We are going to do the senior singles first before we start with the doubles. Moving on to senior women's singles. Sorry, I just need to correct this one as well. Okay. So we're ready to go here. Okay, 33 entries, which is quite impressive, I think, for the senior women, which is 11 groups of 3. All right, seeded players are Karen Pillay, Yone Skolt, Sobe Mapanga, Natara Totram in the first 4, Arisha Madari in Group 5, Kritika Totram in Group 6, Boipela Mashwabi Group 7, Sadia Edwards Group 8, Sivana Sivnanan Group 9, Sarah Mawson in Group 10, and Ronald Buerta in Group 11. Okay, not going to make the mistake I just made. So starting with the international player, Leanne Gebauer from Namibia will go into Groups 9, 10, or 11. Group 9 for Leanne Gebauer. All right, now we continue as we did before. Atim Dar can go in groups 10 or 11. Or do you want to extend? Okay, I was looking at 10 or 11. 10 or 11 for Atim Dar from Gauteng North. Group 10. All right, now Samira Mal has to go in groups 5, 6, or 7 because there's JTTA players in 8, 10, 11. So 5, 6, or 7 for Samira Mal from JTTA Lenasia.
That could be 5.
Group 5. Saisha Naidu, group 6 or 7. Group 6. All right. Banam Mchawulana can now be in groups 11, 7, 8. 7, 8, or 11. Group 8. All right, Refilwe Pufolo has to be group 11 because the Free State player in group 7. And that means Tamara Sali will be in group 7. Good. Right, next group of 4 players going into groups 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have we have one clash, so let's do the Gauteng North player first. Group 1 or 4 for Parusha Naidu from Gauteng North Denel. Group 1 for Parusha Naidu. All right, the rest we can go. So Mahi Gokal, groups 2, 3, or 4. Group 2 for Mahi. So, all right, Rashmika Rampal, groups 3 or 4. And that will put Stabile Mnyandu from eThekwini in group 3. All right, staying with groups 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 3 Mgungun Global players, but we'll only be able to place 2 of them in those groups. Starting with Nevadia Ramprasad, groups 2 or 3. Group 2 for Nevadia. Leora Ramchuran will go in group 3. And now Siriana Sivnanan can be in groups 5, 7, or 8. Group 8 for Suriana. All right, Michelle McLeod, Group 4. There's Gauteng North players in 1. Michelle McLeod will be in Group 4. And Priya Ranchod will be in Group 1. Okay, moving on to the next set of groups, 5, 6, or 7. Alicia Verheyen, 5 or 6. Gauteng North player in 7. 5 or 6 for Alicia Verheyen. Group 5. And Danielle Verheyen in Group 6. Right, Katlego Letele from Kurleni in Group 7.
Yes.
And the rest is kind of fixed because, okay, we can draw for Ayabonga Lamini, 9 or 11. Group 9 for Ayabonga Dlamini. Zitembe Majola has to be in Group 11 because there's a Gauteng North player in Group 10. Adila Chouan in Group 10. Yeah, good. Thanks. Okay, senior women's singles done. So the last singles draw required is the senior men. So I just need to update this again. All right, we've got, again, quite an impressive 67 entries, which is 21 groups of 3 and 1 group of 4. Again, not going to go through all of the seeded players, but they are listed there and in the latest entry list that was sent out. So, starting with groups 21, 22, or do you want to include the next? 21 and 22. All right, Dev Gokal from eThekwini, 21 or 22. (22) for Dev Gokal. David Naidu from eThekwini will be in Group 21. Next group of 4, we have a Gauteng North player in Group 20, so let's deal with that first. Mohammed Karim, Group 17, 18 or 19. Marvin Job, Group 17 or 18. (18) for Marvin Job. All right, and now let's do Andiswa Shangaze from JTT Queens, Group 17 or 20. (17) for Andiswa Shangaze. Shriyan Bandhu from Ngungu Lovu will be in Group 20. Next group of 4, we have 2 JTTA players, UMG and Gauteng North. Let's do JTTA first. Timothy Brownlee can only be in Groups 13 or 14. Okay. Okay, yeah. Damon Beebe would have to be in Group 14. They are doubles partners, but okay. Okay, so Jonathan entered as a Kuruleni, so that is... Sorry, it is what it is. Okay. All right, Kian Naidu, Groups 15 or 16. Mujib Ibrahim will be in Group 16. Next set of 4 groups. We have a Gauteng North player that can't go into group 9 or 10. JTTA player has to be in groups 9 or 10. So start with the Gauteng North player, looking for groups 11 or 12. Derek de Beer has to be in groups 11 or 12. Group 12 for Derek de Beer. Let's do the JTTA player, Mubin Haji, JTTA Queens, group 9 or 10. Group 9. And now we can go William Rafube, groups 10 or 11. Group 10 for William Rafube, which will leave Sloan Ince from UMG in group 11. Next set of 4, we have 3 Gauteng North players and 1 Free State player. Let's do the Free State player first. Ricardo Carrasco, groups 5, 6 or 7. Group 5 for Ricardo, Jose da Silva, groups 6, 7 or 8. Group 6. Logan Smith, group 7 or 8. Which leaves Jared Cilliers from Gauteng North in group 7. Next set of 4, we have 2 JTTA players and a Free State player. So we start with the JTTA players. Uwe Hall can be groups 1 or 4. Group 1. Okay, that leaves Nas Manuel has to be in group 4 because they're JTA players in groups 2 and 3. All right, Kalalelo Pekonyana from Free States, groups 2 or 3. Group 2, and we have Lichle Razia from Ikuruleni in group 3. Right, staying with groups 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do the Gauteng North players first. Ruan van der Merwe, groups 1, 2, or 3. Group 2 for Ruan van der Merwe. Kelden Gounden, Gauteng North, groups 1 or 3. Group 3, which means Ian McLeod must be in group 1. And Advay Bajirati must be in group 4. Alright, next set of 4. Okay, we'll start with Leonard McLeod in group 5. There's no Gauteng North. There's only one. Right. Now Calvin will have to go into group 11. The next available group. All right, and then we can deal with the next 3. So Enjun Pan, groups 7 or 8. Group 7 for Enjun Pan. Marcus Conrad will be in group 8. Dian Ramchuran, group 6, to complete that set of 4. Moving on to the next group of 4. Okay, there's a few JTTA players, but let's start with Talha Khan in group 10, because 9, 11, and 12 have JTTA players. Talha Khan will be in group 10. Denver Ints can be 9 or 12. Group 9 for Denver Ints. Saad Khan, also JTTA, will have to be in group 18, the next group that doesn't have a JTTA player. And Fred Else will have to be in group 19. Then there's only one more group that doesn't have a JTTA player, which is 21, Quinton Volkmann. In group 21. Okay. Alright, but back to where we were. Luan Krier from Gauteng North can be in groups 13, 14, 15. $50. 15 for Luan Krier. Cool. So again, I forgot about the Namibian player, but luckily we are in this side of the draw. Shall we draw for Kamrouge in group 17, 20 or 22? Okay, this is for Kamrouge Kayuri from Namibia. 17, 20 or 22. Cool. Good. All right. Lucizo and Lakaza from eThekwini can be in groups 12, 13, 16. Okay, maybe we should rather deal with the Gauteng North players first. So there's two groups that don't have Gauteng North players. That's 13 and 22. So let's start with Sianda Zwane, 13 or 22. Happy?
Could also be 14.
Oh, did I miss one? Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. 13, 14, or 22. Thanks. Thank you for that. $14 for Sianda Zwane from Gauteng North Soshanguve. Ivan Boyens, group 13, 22. Group 13 for Ivan Boyens, Gauteng North, and that means Forbes July has to go into group 22, only group that does not have a Gauteng North player. All right, JTTA, there's still two players to go. So group 20 doesn't have a Joburg player, so we toss, or we taking toss. Damil Natu is 1, Ronald Weiss is 2. This is for the player that goes into group 20. Ronald Weiss in group 20. All right, we may have to consider a swap at some point, but let's keep going. Lucizo and Lakazi from eThekwini has to be in groups 12 or 16 because eThekwini is in group 22. So 12 or 16. 16. All right, and Abdullah Chauhan can go in groups 12 or 22. So actually, unless we approach it the other way, Darmiel Natu is from Lenasia. He can't go into group 12, so he has to go into group 22. And Abdullah Chauhan from UMG will be in group 12. Okay. So that is what it is, but is it possible to swap? Is there a group that doesn't have a JTTA player? There's group 5. Yeah. Is the only group that doesn't have a JTTA player? Is it from a different? Correct. Because if we move Leonard McLeod, it's Gauteng North and the same club. Okay, so are we swapping Ricardo Carrasco with Darmiel Natu? All right. Ricardo goes to group 22 and Darmiel in group 5. Now there are no players from the same affiliate in the same group. Yeah, we've been advised to have the player unaffiliated. I'll explain. Yeah, yes. So just to clarify, Terence Matola in Group 1 is currently unaffiliated. That is why there is no affiliate listed for him. Good. Good. That's the senior men's singles group stage draw. All right. Good. Thanks. So, just the doubles remaining. We will start with the Masters Open doubles. There's no para doubles event, so we're going to do Masters Open doubles. Okay. This is 11 entries, 11 pairs. So we go into a round of 16 with 5 buys. Happy? The top, again, just a reminder, the way we calculate the seeding for the doubles is you take the individual ranking points of both players in the pair, add them together, and sort accordingly. In this case, we are using, it is an open Masters doubles, but we use the over 40. You use the over 40 ranking because it contains most of the players. It's the most representative. Okay. So Alon Argaman and Majib Ibrahim from Gauteng North will be in position 1. Vic Karashko, Etienne Engelbrecht from Free State in position 16. Sagan, Olani Pagan and Samuel Gutora have to be in position 9 because Gauteng North in the top half. And Denver Ince and Sean Govender will be in position 8. All right. Next is okay. There's quite a few Gauteng North pairs. Maybe we should deal with that first because the others aren't going to cause problems. So we start with Yanni Olivier and Ian McLeod. Have to be in quarters 2 or 4. Sorry, we're not doing more seeds.
Yeah, so that only.
So maybe it's better if we take cards 5, 6, 13, 14. So basically, Yanni Olivier and Ian McLeod can go into any of these positions, 5, 6, 13, or 14. Five. Oh, sorry. Sorry, it's fine. 6, position 6, thanks. Now, Gerrit Kutzer and Etienne de Villiers have to be in quarter 4, positions 13 or 14. Right, there's still 3 Gauteng North pairs to go, which means there will unfortunately be a Gauteng North pair playing against the Gauteng North pair in the first round, but that's not avoidable. So we will start. We have Gauteng North in every quarter. So 4th of July and Marius Oosthuizen can only be in positions 4, 11 or 12 to start out with. All right. At the moment, it's Christoph Flock and Bernie Bassett have to be in position 4 to avoid. Right. And now we draw for Dion Naidu and Karen Gibod into positions 5, 11, or 13. Okay, good. So, unfortunately, that is 2 Gauteng North pairs playing each other, but it's unavoidable due to the number of Gauteng North entries here. All right, and then it's just one more. Quinton Volkveen and William Rafube can be in positions 5 or 13. Or you can use quarters 2 and 4. 5 or 13 is fine? Good. Position 5 for Quinton Folkvane and William Rafube, which means Peter Bian and Safi Ismail, be in position 13. All right, this is the Masters Open doubles draw. There'll only be 3 matches in the round of 16 because there are a few buys, followed by the 4 quarterfinals. Good. Thanks. Masters doubles are done. Right, we are now going on to the junior doubles, which is no, it's open doubles. All right, so just a reminder what we've done here, because there were only 2 entries in the under singles. There were only these 2 entries in the under 11 doubles. We have effectively pushed them up into this group, which is the under 13 doubles. So at least there would be 7 entries here. So just one other thing here is that Kristen Carter still does not have a partner. What I suggest we do is that we put Kristen in position 7. In case she does not find a partner, then it becomes a buy. You agree? Okay. So we're going to put Kristen in position 7. Yeah, hopefully we can find a partner for her, but okay. Okay, so let's start. Again, the seeding here is done by taking the ranking points of the individual players in the under 13 singles categories, adding them together to get a total. So the top seed is Anna Tudaisha Husfu and Alicia Verheyen in position 1, Danielle Verheyen and Taliwanashe Husfu in position 8. All right, I think we do not need to seed the other pairs because it's only a quarterfinal. So, I'm asking, but I don't think we need to seed these 2 pairs. We can, but the thing is that there's only 4 positions left. Okay, in this case it helps because we would end up separating. Okay, so then let's stick with it. So the UMG player can go into position 4 or 5. Okay. The only, again, this is just speculation, but if Kristen finds a Joburg partner, then we would rather have the other way. But it is hypothetical. It's not. It's not a. Should we stick? That's the way it was drawn. Should we stick with it? Stick with it. Okay. Said Tiflin and Vaishant Padiachi in group position 5. All right. And now, Akash Gokal and CJ Kepler, positions 3 or 6. Position 6, and leaves Piru Rats and Luan Malan, position 3. Good. So this will just be a quarter-final. There's 3 quarter-finals going into a semi-final and a final for the under 13 open doubles event. Moving on to under 15. All right, the same process here. We have 5 pairs, starting with the top seeds, Asher Abrams and Larushan Padiachi in position 1, Virant Moria and Sazi Eccles in position 8. Again, I don't think it's necessary to have seeds here. There's only 5 pairs. Mikal Krier and Nathan McKenzie have to be in position 4 to be in the top half, opposing the Gauteng North pair in the bottom half. And this doesn't matter whether this pair goes into position 5 or 6 because it is the same match. So, Kian Tavaria and Mohamed Bolat, position 5. Ntando Nkosi and Riabetswe Marudu, position 6. Good. So this will just be a one quarterfinal followed by semi-final. So luckily for the pairs that have buys, you already have medals for this event. And lastly, in the junior doubles category is the under 19s. All right, we have 14 pairs here. We are starting with the top seeds, Ruan Skoltz and Karim Zain Eden from Gauteng North in position 1. Bimal Jivraj and Rupi Bester in position 16. Remember, when pairs are from different affiliates, we don't have to consider separation by affiliation. So the third and fourth seeds are also mixed pairs, so they can go anywhere. So we start with Banam Mchaulana and I'm sorry, I meant 8 or 9. Correct. Banam and Katlejo, position 8 or 9. Position 8, which leaves Sarah Mosna and Ricardo Carrasco in position number 9. All right, shall we stick with another 4 seeds? This is a round of 16. So we have 2 Gauteng North pairs. One of them has to be in the bottom half. So shall we start by picking which? So 5 cards, 5 or 8, to select which pair, and then we choose positions 12 or 13. So 5 or 8. 5 is Tamara and Benjamin Sali. 8 is Derek de Beer and Logan Smith. 8, Derek de Beer and Logan Smith. And now we're selecting positions 12 or 13. $12 for Derek de Beer and Logan Smith. Now, Tamara Sali and Benjamin Sali have to be in quarters 2 or 4. If it's quarter 2, it's position 5. If it's quarter 4, it's position 13. Two, which is position 5. All right, and now Sivana Sivnanan and Advay Bajirati can be in groups in position 4 or 13. Or you can take quarters 1 and 4. Quarters 1 and 4, let's do that. Okay, so if it's quarter 1, it's position 4. If it's quarter 4, it's position 13. Quarter 1, which is position 4, which leaves Refilwe Pafolo and Matt Gilchrist in position 13. All right, we have Gauteng North in quarters 1, 2, and 3. So, again, we should first select the Gauteng North pair that goes into quarter 4. Can we have cards 9, 11, 14? Right, so whichever card gets picked here will go into position 14. Nine, Mochele, Lekalakala, and Leonard McLeod. So quarter 4 is fully populated. I think let's keep going with Gauteng North because that should help the rest of the draw. Sorry, no, let's start first with UMG. We have UMG in the top half, so this pair has to be in the bottom half, positions 10 or 11. Good. All right, and now I think we must place the Gauteng North pairs to avoid them playing each other in the first round. 3 or 10. And the other pair must go in the other position. So let's start with Ruan van der Merwe and Ivan Boyens. 3 or 10. Position 3, which means Alwande Hlubi and Nosisa Krai must be in position 10. Oh, sorry, it doesn't have to be position 10. It can be 7 as well. 7 or 10, sorry. Position 10. All right, which leaves Enjun Pan and Zhibohoi in position 6 or 7. The last position will be occupied by the Namibian pair. Position 6, which leaves Kamruj Geuri and Lian Gibauer from Namibia. Position 7. All right, that's the under 19 open doubles draw. Okay, and I think there's just one left, the senior open doubles. All right, we have 27 entries, which is a round of 32 with 5 buys. Starting with the top seeds, Liam Bierkes and Mohammed Karim in position 1, Lunga Vakele and Ruan Scholz in position 32. Smith's bigger. Okay. Next, Zodwa Mapanga and Tamara Sali have to be in position 16 because of the Gauteng North pair. And Arisha Madari and Brandon Bartlett, position 17. Right, we're looking at the next 4 pairs for positions 8, 9, 24 and 25. There's 2 Free State pairs and a Gauteng North pair. We start with the Gauteng North pair. Has to be quarters 1 or 3, sorry. Alon Argaman and Mujib Ibrahim can only be in positions 8 or 24. Which is position 8, so they get the bye. Good. Boipelo Mashwabi, Kalalelo Pekunyana can be in quarters 2, 3 or 4. This is positions 9, 24 or 25. Quarter 4 is position 25, which means Etienne Engelbrecht and Vic Karashko have to be position 9 to be in the opposite half as the other Free State pair. Sarah Morsner and Ricardo Carrasco, position 24. Good. Do you want to stick with another group of seats? Yeah. Okay, so we're looking at 9 to 16 to avoid affiliation clashes. We do not have a Gauteng North pair in quarter 3, so let's start with that by first selecting the pair that will go there. So we need cards 14, 15 and 16. This represents pairs 14, 15 and 16. Pair 14 is Ruan Fenter, Ronald Lawrence. 15 is Marvin Job, Adrian McCurr. 16, Derek De Beer, Logan Smith. 15 is selected, so we know that Marvin Job and Adrian McCurr must go into positions 20 or 21. Need cards 20, 21 or... Sorry, say that again. Card 1 is 20, card 2 is 21. Bit confusing. Card 1 is 20. Marvin Job, Adrian McCurr in position 20. We now Gauteng North in every quarter. So let's position away. They have to be in a different 8th moving forward. So we can again start with any quarter and then select the 8. So any quarter for Derek De Beer. Let's start with Ruan Fenter and Ronald Lawrence. Quarters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Quarter 2, the Gauteng North pair is in the bottom half, so Ruan Fenter and Ronald Lawrence must be in position 12, which is the top half of quarter 2. And lastly, Derek De Beer and Logan Smith can be in quarters 1, 3, or 4. Again, a different 8th that we're looking for after the quarter has been selected. Quarter 4, so it must be position 28, which is the top half of quarter 4. Correct. Let's now move back to the other pairs. We have no, we don't have 2 JTTA pairs. We have 1 JTTA pair, and the rest are mixed. We can start with the JTTA pair. Can go in any quarter, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Jean looks like he's coming from a casino. Hey? Quarter 4. Okay, the only position available in quarter 4 is 29. So Ronald Butte, Olivier Leclerc will be in position 29. For Atium Da and Losizo and Lakazi, quarters 1, 2, or 4. 1, 2, or 3. Sorry. Okay, and now we have to draw again because positions 4 and 5 are available. So this is now position 4 or 5 for Atium Da and Lucizo and Lakaza.
4.
Position 4, thanks. All right, Jonathan Wernick and Damon Beebe can be in quarters 1, 2, or 3. Because quarter 4 is populated already. 28 and 29 are already occupied. Quarters 1, 2, or 3. It's quarter 1, which is position 5. Abdul Hay and Simon Diamond, quarters 2 or 3. Quarter 2, which is position 13, which leaves the last seeded pair of Bimal Jivraj and Rupi Bester in position 21. All right, now moving on to the rest. Can go anywhere, but we try to avoid pairs from the same affiliate playing each other in the first round. All right, we still have, what's this? 3 JTTA pairs to go, so maybe we should, okay, and there's still 1, 2, 3, 4 Gauteng North pairs. Maybe let's deal with the Gauteng North pairs first. Michelle McLeod and Ian McLeod. Let's start with the quarters and then split from there, if that makes sense. Or just check quickly. There's Gauteng North in 8ths. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. So maybe we should first look at 1 or 6. Populate 1 and 6 with Gauteng North. All right, so it's 8ths, 1 or 6. One. The only position available is 3. So Ian McLeod, Michelle McLeod in position 3. Next we'll do Tace Peterser and Leonard McLeod in I said 6 of 8, correct? Because that's the only 8 that doesn't have a Gauteng North pair. So 2 options here, 22 or 23. '23 for Tace Peterser and Leonard McLeod. Okay, and the last 2 Gauteng North pairs we will just try and place to avoid them playing each other in the first round. So we can take any quarter here for Matthew Kravachen and Colin Kravachen. We first draw the quarter and then we'll draw for the position. Otherwise it ends up with too many cards trying to shuffle, although Jean could handle that. Quarter 1, the only position available is position 6. So Matthew and Colin Kravachen will be in position 6. And lastly, Nomandla Sikosana and Zitembe Majola, quarters 2, 3, or 4. Quarter 2, we now have positions 10 or 14 available. Not position 11 because there's a Gauteng North pair in position 12. 10 or 14. Good. All right, so next we have 3 JTTA pairs to go. There is a JTTA pair in the bottom half, which means one of these 3 must be in the top half. We first draw for which pair is selected. Cards 21, 22, or 23. You can just take cards 1, 2, or 3. So whichever card is drawn here must go into positions 10 or 11. We will then select which position. 2, which is pair Nathan Pillay and Marcus Conrad, and now cards 10 or 11. All right, so that's fine. Okay. we need a JTTA pair in quarter 3, and I just realized we should have a JTTA pair in quarter 1, so we might have to move the last placed pair from quarter 1, which was this pair.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's start with Mubin Chan and Safi Ismail going into, or should we remove them first, because technically they can be in quarters 1 or 3. Okay, so we're moving them first. Just to explain what we're doing here, there's still 2 JTTA pairs to go, and there's no JTTA pairs in quarters 1 or 3. So we are making space for that JTTA pair by moving the last placed pair in quarter 1, which was Matthew and Colin Craven. Right, so Mubin Chan and Safi Ismail can be in quarters 1 or 3. Okay, it is quarter 1, so they will take that position 6. And now we know that Uwe Hall and Ronald Weiss must be in quarter 3. Positions available here are 19 or 22. $19. Cool, good. All right, maybe we can now move back to the Gauteng North pair. I don't think we're going to have trouble with any of the others because there's no UMG pair in the draw and there's no Namibian pair in the draw. So start with Gauteng North can go into quarters 2, 3 or 4. Quarter 3, the only position available is 22. So they will take position 22. Quarters 1 and 3 are fully populated. We can just go in sequence now. William Rafube and Lucky Madikiza, quarters 2 or 4. Taking the only available position in quarter 2. And now we have 3 pairs that must populate quarter 4. Let's start with Sloan Inson, Asher Abrams. Positions 26, 27, and 30. $26 for Sloan Inson, Asher Abrams. Last row, Denver Ince and Dion Ramchuran, position 27 or 30. $27, which leaves the Namibian pair, Kamruj Gayuri and Liam Gibauer, position 30. All right, and that is the senior open doubles knockout stage draw. There's no pairs from the same affiliate playing each other in the first round. Yep, so that's good. Ekurhuleni. Jonathan is from Ekurhuleni, yeah, correct. Good. Good, thanks. Yes, I believe that is all. That is everything. So, yeah, we've done the para singles, masters singles, junior singles, senior singles, masters doubles, junior doubles, and senior doubles. Thank you very much, Jose da Silva, John Martin, Joshua Hubert. Thank you to Willie Bale for the hosting the event. Thank you for your office. Willie Bale, the Secretary of SAVETS. I think that's all from me. As I mentioned, we will publish all of the draws on the WhatsApp group a bit later today. And the online link with the draws and the schedule and the real-time results will be made available hopefully tonight as well, but at latest tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully we don't have any last-minute changes that we need to do, but otherwise, I think that's it. And yeah, we should be ready to start. Just a quick word on the schedule. We start with the para singles events on Friday at around 12 o'clock, as shown in the prospectus. The Masters doubles will be on Friday evening, we will start, we plan to start around 6 o'clock. Hopefully that gives everyone enough time to get to the venue. Masters singles will be on Saturday morning, starting at 9 o'clock. And then the junior doubles and senior doubles will also be on Saturday, but not starting at 9. We'll probably start at around 12 o'clock with those. And then lastly, we have the senior singles events, which is junior singles and senior singles starting on Sunday. We plan to get probably up to the round of 16 on the Sunday and finishing with the quarterfinals for all of those on Monday, except maybe the under 11s. We might just finish the under 11s on Sunday because there won't be that many matches. But yes, otherwise we look forward to seeing you at the Johnny Buck Sports Centre this weekend. Thank you very much, Mr. Pieter Verheyen, for the setup. I think it's very cool, very professional. That's all from me. Thank you.
And one last word.
Secretary, I'm the Gauteng representative.
Sorry, correction. Willie Bale is the Gauteng representative for Savits.
And lastly, thank you. Lastly, thank you to Vivek for
Cool.
putting everything together.
Thank you, sir.
And
Thank you.
thank you. And all the others. Josh, how you bad as well.